Joining us now is businesswoman and four-time Olympic sprinter Donna Fraser. Welcome, Donna. You've been awarded an OBE. You are the definition of a global game changer. What does that phrase mean to you, and how do you see yourself as an agent of change?
It's so interesting. I don't see myself as that. Had such a humble upbringing. My parents always said, remember the people that you meet on the way up and you'll meet the same people on the way down. So whatever I do, it's just really for positive change. I don't think about the labelling as having that title whatsoever, but obviously honoured if that is what I am being labelled as.
As a businesswoman and a female athlete, you've faced, I imagine, lots of different barriers. How have those sort of intersected or overlapped with other challenges that perhaps seem unrelated, I don't know, to gender, for example?
That's such an interesting question. I always said athletics was such a diverse sport, inclusive. So I wouldn't have seen so many barriers. It's only now I'm outside of the sport that I see it. What I would say, one particular turning point was the transition, going from an athlete to being in business, whereas it was really difficult for me to change the narrative where people saw me as just Donna the athlete rather than Donna that she has a brain as well as being an athlete. So I spent a long time changing that narrative, just proving my worth, which I shouldn't have had to do, but I had to change that narrative as Donna being the athlete, not Donna the businesswoman.
That's very interesting. Now, the theme of this year's International Women's Day is Embrace Equity. So what does that mean for you?
We often get confused with equality and equity. Equality is having the same opportunities across the board, but equity is really understanding that people need different support. And once you do that, you achieve equality. So in effect, they go hand in hand, and we can't forget that.
There are more women in boardrooms than there have been before. Is that a sign of things moving in a positive direction?
Oh, they absolutely are. I think it's great to see that businesses are taking EDI really seriously. When I started in this field, it was the fluffy stuff. It was a nice to have. Now it's a must have. It's happening in our daily lives and we need to embrace it. Having senior leaders really taking it seriously on the top of their agendas is really driving it forward, and that's why we're seeing that change. But there is still more to be done.
In 2022, you were named World Athletics Woman of the Year. Well done.
Thank you.
And what did that mean for you?
I was blown away, first of all. It was on my birthday, I was told, and I was just so overwhelmed by it. As I said before, I don't do what I do to get accolades and awards, but of course I will embrace that, absolutely. But it just goes to show that what I've done over a period of time, from athlete into businesswoman, giving something back to the sport and being recognised for that is a huge opportunity. And of course, from World Athletics, who are doing so much in this space, their aim is to achieve 50-50 gender parity by 2027. The member federations are doing a huge amount of work with their constitution, giving access to females into administration roles. So there's a lot going on in the sport of athletics.
Tell me about your training as a world-class athlete. How did that prepare you for the boardroom? I imagine it must have done in some ways.
Absolutely. As an athlete, you're just aiming for the highest possible performance, whether that's Olympics, Commonwealths, whatever that may be. And along that way, you develop so many skills that you take for granted. So determination, aiming for excellence, time management. There's so many soft skills that I've developed that just come natural to me that many people would have to go on courses for. So I'm quite grateful for that.
And being a strong female role model, did you have role models that you looked up to when you were growing up and through your younger years?
You probably haven't got long enough for me to tell you the long list, but I meet role models every single day. I mean, the main one's my parents. Even though my dad was surrounded by all girls, he was a female ally. He absolutely was an advocate for his girls. My mum, they both came over to this country in the early 60s, had their own battles and barriers in front of them. So they inspired me to just go for whatever I wanted. And my sister, who was always by my side through my athletics career, just pushing me. And she went from being a dental nurse to being a lawyer. So that change of jobs just inspired me to, the sky's the limit.
And what is your hope for the future? How optimistic are you?
My hope for the future is to make myself redundant. I don't want to be working in the world of EDI for the rest of my life, because if we are doing things right and equality, equity, diversity, inclusion is exercised in society and in business, then you won't need people like myself to drive the agenda.
Donna Fraser, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.